Thank you all for joining us tonight for our 89th annual meeting. We just have a few people left at the back table, so we'll just have you find your seats when you're ready, and we'll go ahead and get started. If you are viewing this meeting online and have any technical issues or are not able to view the full meeting tonight, please watch our website and it will be uploaded by the end of the week. The Facebook Live option is solely a viewing option, so there's no voting options through that this year. Member comment and participation will only be possible with those members attending in person here at the Cloquet Library. We want to say thank you to Janae with KY Interpreting Services for joining us again this year and providing a sign language interpreter. So we ask that you silence your cell phones, and we'll now begin the 89th annual meeting of Northwoods Credit Union.
I'm Jeff Kletcher, Board Chair. It's my pleasure to call the 89th annual meeting of Northwoods Credit Union to order. I thank you all for taking time out of your busy schedules to attend tonight's annual meeting. Membership meetings have a purpose. They allow us as member owners the opportunity to speak up, to voice our opinions, and determine what is good for strengthening and developing our credit union. In that spirit, I encourage you to participate in tonight's meeting. I call upon Board Chair Secretary Christine Ringat to verify that proof of the meeting notice was sent to all members in accordance with our bylaws.
I verify that the meeting notice letter was sent to all members of record stating that the 89th annual meeting of Northwoods Credit Union was to be held on Tuesday, May 6th at 7 p.m. at the Cloquet Public Library.
The first order of business tonight is a roll call for Board of Directors and Supervisory Committee minutes. Christine.
Chairperson Jeff Kletcher.
Present.
Vice Chair Larry Champeau.
Present.
Myself, Secretary Christine Ringat. Treasurer Deb Larson is excused. Director Lisa Follett Polak. Director Nathan Manner. Director Darren Juntonen.
Present.
From our Supervisory Committee, Vicki Radke.
Present.
Brenda Allanen. Present. Dakota Koski is excused.
Christine, have we established whether there's a quorum present?
Yes, there being 96 members in attendance, a quorum has been established. This is a legal meeting.
Thank you. The next item on our agenda is to approve the minutes of last year's annual meeting. They can be found on pages 6 through 8 in your annual meeting booklet. The Board of Directors did review them at their June and July 2025 board meetings. Are there any corrections or deletions or additions to the minutes? Any changes? Any changes? There being no changes to the 2025 annual meeting minutes as presented, they are hereby accepted. At this point, it is my turn to give you a brief verbal update. You will find my written report on page 3 of the annual meeting booklet. Last year, at this time, we saw the retirement of our previous president, CEO, Doug Wolf, and welcomed Terry Byrne to be our new president, CEO, on May 7th. The transition to Terry as our president, CEO, has gone extremely well, and we are looking forward to Terry's leadership of Northwoods Credit Union for future years. As you know, in today's world, things are changing quickly and often daily. It is no different in the credit union industry and world. We look forward to Terry and his management team and his entire team moving us forward with the next generation of credit union products and services that will allow us to better serve you, our member owners. Pages 9 and 10 of your annual meeting booklet include a summary of some of the financial information for the credit union. Northwoods Credit Union performed very well financially during 2025. Assets decreased a little, but our loan portfolio remained stable and our income remained strong with a net income of just over $1.6 million. Our credit union remains well capitalized by the standards that our regulators use. A recent joint examination performed by the state of Minnesota and NCUA, the National Credit Union Administration, was completed during the fourth quarter of 2025 with no material concerns. We appreciate the diligence and the strength of the Northwoods Credit Union management team and staff as we work through the past year and going through those audits. Our asset liability committee meetings, led by Chief Financial Officer Matt Farron, keeps the board well informed on the economy and items of note that are going to affect our credit union. Topics include how to best navigate the fast-changing economic environment amidst tariffs, wars, inflation, economic slowdown, and Fed share disruptions or disputes, or a new one being named. We have many discussions about widgets and how those widgets go from being a widget to making it to our tables. The Board of Directors continues to seek the best way to manage loan and CD rates for the best interest of the credit union, as well as you, our member owners. NCU is committed to being an active partner in the communities that we serve. Our staff participates in and or sponsors many local events, parades, fundraisers, health fairs. As you see on page 14 of the annual meeting booklet, over $76,000 was donated last year by the credit union and its staff. A few of the upcoming events. This Saturday is our 19th annual Shred Day, starting at 9 o'clock at the Stanley Avenue parking lot, and that will run until noon. And I believe they're also doing some e-recycling there as well, so you can keep that in mind as you go over there. June 16th, we co-sponsor Senior Day at the Cloquet Armory. I'm told the event starts at 11 a.m. Additional information can be found on page 11 in your annual meeting booklet. And looking ahead, Member Appreciation Days are scheduled this year for September. So watch your newsletters and postings in the offices when those events will occur. This year we'll also be having a grand opening of our new Hinckley branch in the fall. That's an exciting expansion for our credit union. I anticipate Terry will tell us a little bit more about that as he gives his report. Terry will also mention our expanded membership area, which allowed us to move down to Hinckley area and expand where we provide service to our members. The Board of Directors and I want to thank our President, CEO Terry Byrne, and his management team for the outstanding work that they do, and also all the staff within the credit union. They're all committed to providing you top-notch personal service. A look at page 12 of the annual meeting booklet will list the membership leadership team. Also want to acknowledge the supervisory committee and the great work they did in 2025, and they are led by Chair Vicki Radke. Vicki coordinates the various internal and external audits that are performed during the year and all the procedures that are necessary to keep up with those things. I also want to thank the board for all the hard work that they put in to make the credit union a success. There can be a lot of meetings, but they continue to do a great job sharing their guidance and their input as we serve as directors on the board. And I can't end my report without talking about our 90th anniversary. Hopefully you picked up some stickers from the back table, and if you haven't, pick them up on your way out. As you came in, I apologize for making you jog your memory as to when you may have become a credit union member. I'll take the blame for that. But I think it's important that we acknowledge how long many of us have been here. But it's also important that we, think about those that were in the past that led us to this point. So, let's see who's been around the longest. I'm a 37-year-old member. I joined in 1989 up in Floodway. Now, if you joined in the 1980s, let's raise your hand. Okay, how about the 70s? 4, 5, 6, okay. 60s? We're getting there, okay. 50s? Anybody join in the 50s? How about the 40s? So from our lists in the back, I've got 2 names. We believe both of them joined in 1963 that were here. We got Deborah Weckert and Frank Myazak. If you 2 would stand up, Terry's going to bring you a little gift.
If we stand up, we admit how old we are.
Okay, well, Terry, when you go to them, they don't have to stand, but we're going to know where they're sitting. So
I'll be like,
they indicate
look over there,
they're
everybody.
members of the class of 63. Let's give them a round of applause. And let's not forget about all those young members that are here. They are the future of this credit union. So let's give them a big round of applause as well. I want to do another quick survey here, just a show of hands, or I'm going to ask you to actually stand up. So if you have served as a volunteer, board member, or supervisory committee member within the credit union, would you please stand? Okay, a couple folks, and the board up here. Very good. Current or former employee of Northwoods Credit Union. If you guys would all stand up. That's fantastic. Let's give them a round of applause. And once again, I want to thank you all for being member owners within this credit union. Without you, we wouldn't be here. So thanks again for using our services and keeping us a great credit union, top to bottom. Thank you. Any question or comments relating to my report? Okay, seeing none, my report is entered into the record. At this time then, President and CEO Terry Byrne.
All right, thank you, Mr. Chairman, Board of Directors, and members. This is about as formal as I get from here. So, most of my report, actually all of my report is on page 3 of the booklet. Jeff covered a lot of what I had to say in there as far as the financials, but there are a couple things that I wanted to cover while I was going through it that wasn't mentioned yet. In 2025, our membership did decline by 241 members. We weren't very alarmed because what we started to do is we had a dormant account program. So what we did is we opened up 924 new accounts, but we did close 1,249, but a majority of those were accounts that haven't been used in many, many years. And so all we really did is a little bit of housekeeping. We're a strong credit union and still growing every month in membership. So we don't consider that a problem at all, and we look forward to having a very good year this year. As far as talking about the 90th anniversary, the rest of the stuff You can read on page 3, but it's our 90th anniversary. Things have changed a lot, and I sat in my office and I thought about this a little bit. And for some of you that were members from the 60s, 70s, and 80s, even when I've been in the industry for 35 years, and I've heard the stories. I used to work at the credit union in Moose Lake about, they used to give loans out of a cigar box in the office up above the co-op. And stories about being at the Potlatch paper mill, a small little office, and on payday, the people were lined up out the door because they had paper checks. And so you hear those stories, and you kind of you remember how it used to be, and you wonder, you don't realize how much it's changed. I mean, remember passbooks. There were people that said, it doesn't count unless you put it in my passbook. It didn't matter if you got monthly statements, it had to be in the passbook. And those are long gone, but I also remember, let's say, our first ATM. And the first thing you started hearing from members is like, well, I want to talk to somebody. I don't want to talk to a machine, and I don't know what buttons to push. But can you imagine living without an ATM nowadays? It's just part of life. And what happened when we had our first ATM, people would use it down at the local store in Moose Lake, and then they'd call the credit union to make sure that it showed up on their account, because they didn't trust it. And then, of all things, when Social Security used to come in checks, we used to come to the credit union knowing that the line would be a block and a half long, because everybody had their check. And when the government said, hey, we're going to do this direct deposit, everybody's like, you can't do that. I got to have my money in my hand. I don't, and then when it first started, then they'd always call in every month. How much did my money come in my account? How much was it? Well, it was the same as it was last month, and it came just like clockwork, but it took them a while, and now it's just a fact of life. And I know a lot of us weather down south, and can you imagine if there were still Social Security checks today and you're living in Arizona? A lot of people opened up a different account with a different institution in Arizona because they needed a place for their check to cash their checks. You don't have to do that kind of stuff now because we have direct deposit. Debit cards was a shock to everybody too. It's just like, well, I don't know if I want to just have this card sitting out there. What if somebody gets it and takes all the money out of my account? But I couldn't imagine not going out in the world without your debit card now because it's such a fact of life. And I even get upset when I go to Quick Trip and the scanner's not using because now I have my card here. And so I don't have to dig it out of my wallet. I just do this to the pump and I pump my gas. It's amazing how modern products change the way we do business. And it's only starting. We look at it now, and what's coming down the line is you see these ads on TV. Look, you can get paid 2 days early. I don't understand it, but people like it, and it's good. Or you ever go out to Amazon now, and it's like, would you like to make this purchase in 3 monthly installments at no interest? Those kind of things are all threats to the credit union. And what we're trying to do is make the changes to how we operate as a credit union so that we will be relevant in the future, because more than half of our checking accounts, I believe now, that are being opened up by Gen Z, Gen Alpha, they don't want checks. Some of them don't know how to write checks. And I'm hoping I'm not offending any of them, but a lot of them weren't even taught how to write cursive. So if you're going to write a check, you're going to print it all out. Those things have changed now, and if we don't change with it, we're not going to be around 90 years from now. But that's our job, is to keep changing as the environment changes in the financial world. They're talking about stablecoin and cryptocurrency. That's even over my head because I'm getting old. But someday maybe that'll be commonplace. You never know. But we always try to stay on top of things. You'll notice that over the next couple of years, we'll be rolling out some new products and services, and trying to keep up with the times. But what we won't forget is that what got us here is the fact that we create relationships with people. We want to know your story, and when we move into a town, We engage in that community. We want to be the focal point of that community. We want to participate. We want to donate to the local organizations, and that's what got us where we are. This was a paper mill blue collar credit union. You'll notice that most of our dress codes on a normal day is pretty casual, because we want you guys to know that all the staff that are in here are people just like you. I personally don't like to dress like this very often, but you know, if you've been working all day on the farm, or you've been working all day in the garage, you don't want to come talk to a guy sitting in a suit and a tie, because it just doesn't feel quite right. We want you to feel comfortable, and we want to create those relationships with you. So, you know, the last point I want to make is every time a new product comes along, it was always dealt with skepticism and some fear. It's like, oh, I don't know, I don't trust it. And so for all of you that are still used to writing checks and you like cash in your wallet, that's still fine, and we'll still help you when you walk in the offices. But don't be afraid to try it out, because you know 86% of our membership uses mobile banking. I think I had just a couple more stats here. 51% uses our mobile app. If I take out my phone right now, I know what my balance is. I don't have to wait for the monthly statement. I don't have to come in and get one printed out. And it's not that hard to use. COVID really helped a lot of the baby boomers, of which I can say that because I'm the last of the baby boomers, born in '64, learn about technology because we had no choice. And so that was a good thing for us. Lastly, and that's where we're going as a credit union. Just want we're to stay with the times and be there for the next 90 years worth of members. Jeff mentioned that we are doing some expansion right now. Part of it is if you notice on the very back page of your booklet, at the very bottom, it shows that we are going to be opening up an office in Hinckley, 501 Old Highway 61 South, Hinckley, Minnesota. That is the southern part of Pine County. When Potlatch was bought out by Sappy, we had to change our charter, and we became St. Louis, Carlton, and Pine County charter area. And part of the goal here is that we want all of the possible members in at least Carlton and Pine County to live within about 20 miles of a Northwoods Credit Union facility. That enhances our ability to create those relationships, be part of the community, and meet people where they're at. So we wanted to put one in Hinckley, which would take care of the southern part of Pine County. Moose Lake covers the northern part of Pine and the southern part of Carlton, and then Cloquet covers the rest of Carlton. Floodwood takes care of that corner in the upper left-hand corner of Carlton, northwest corner, that was further away than we would like it to be, so we love having Floodwood up there. But he also mentioned that we expanded our charter area, because what we realized is when in these towns that we're in, we get a lot of requests from just outside our expansion area. Floodwood would get people from Itasca County, occasionally from Aitkin County. Moose Lake gets requests from Aitkin County. We get requests here from Burnett County and Douglas County, Wisconsin. And so we did apply for a charter expansion. So not only do we have St. Louis, Carlton, and Pine, but we now have Itasca, Aitkin, Kennebec County, which is just west of Hinckley. If you go about 10 miles west of Hinckley, that's another county. And then on the east side, we wrapped around and we took Burnett County and Douglas County Superior. Not out to conquer the world, but what we want to do is not have to turn away people that want to be members of Northwoods Credit Union. And so those two things have taken place. We're excited to open up a new office come hopefully September, October area. And so on your way down to get caramel rolls from Toby's, feel free to stop in. And that should be it. I want to thank all the members for your loyalty. And Kate, our marketing person, always tells us about how well we're defended when we're out in Facebook and somebody has something to say. And so we appreciate all the members for sticking with us and for the communities to support us. Thank you very much.
questions or comments for our President and CEO? Thank you, Terry. Great report. I, like Terry, don't like to wear the suit. The last time this was out was 1 year ago. So it's not something that I wear very often either, so we roll from there. Next up is the report of the Supervisory Committee. Vicki, if you would come on up and give your report, please.
Happy to. Thank you, Doug. Welcome, everybody. The Supervisory Committee, this is in your book too, so you can read along with me. The Supervisory Committee works in conjunction with the Board of Directors to monitor and review the credit union's performance and controls. Our job is to verify that operational and financial functions are performed in compliance with generally accepted accounting principles, federal and state laws and regulations, within the parameters of board policies, and that reasonable internal controls are in place. To assist the committee in meeting its obligations, the committee retains the services of several outside firms to perform certain ongoing internal audit procedures within the operations of the credit union, to perform the annual verification of member accounts, and an opinion audit. The latest opinion audit was as of September 30th, 2025. The financial information in this annual report is unaudited. The reports from these independent firms are reviewed by the committee, reported to the board and management, and the committee follows up on any findings. In addition to the work performed by these firms, the committee does additional procedures. Based on the above audit procedures and the ongoing work of the committee, the Supervisory Committee is pleased to report that in 2025, no material concerns were revealed. In addition, our biannual joint examination as of 6/30/2025, performed by the state of Minnesota and the National Credit Union Administration, also revealed no material concerns. The committee expresses its gratitude to the Board of Directors, the credit union management, and the staff for their cooperation and assistance during the year, because it takes a lot of cooperation and assistance. Just ask Paula or Matt or Crystal.
Thank you, Vicki. Were there any questions for Vicki? Hearing none, her report will be part of the minutes for this session. Is there any unfinished business from the floor? Any unfinished business? Seeing none, now I turn it back over to Terry, where we talk about board and committee compensation.
I just wanted to finish up one thing that I forgot to acknowledge, and because I saw them all standing here. All the staff that you see here with their name tags on, they're the ones that make this credit union work. I can say all I want, and I can have all the visions that I want to have, but if it wasn't for all the staff on the ground, the people you talk to every day and come in and see, we wouldn't be as successful. And when you talk about exams that go with no material concerns, that's on them. They're doing the work, they're following the policies, and so when you see them, thank them for the great work that they do. So now for board business. Each year at the annual membership meeting, the membership votes on the pay for the board of directors. At last year's board of directors, at the last year's annual meeting, the pay for the board of directors was approved at $50 per hour that they get while they're at meetings or while they're doing work on behalf of the credit union. There is no recommendation at this point to change that from the current rate of $50, but I would ask if there's any discussion from the floor. Is there any further discussion from the floor? Is there any further discussion from the floor? So I will entertain a motion to set the board and committee compensation effective the end of this meeting until the end of the 2026 annual meeting of the members of Northwood Credit Union. I would entertain a motion to keep the pay at $50 per hour. Do I have a motion? So moved. In your name?
Deborah Wecker.
Do I have a second? And your name?
Gerald Gorbat.
Okay. Any further discussion? Any further discussion? Any further discussion? All in favor, please do so by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion is approved. Back to you.
Thank you very much. We're obviously not in this as board members for the money. We're here because this credit union is a good place, and we like doing what we can to keep it going in the right direction and keep steering the rudder and making things go well. So we appreciate the compensation that you do provide us. As I said earlier, we can be very busy or it can be quite slow. I know next week I've got 3 credit union meetings. Some of them here have 2, and all of us are at 1 together. So depending upon the week and what's going on within the credit union, we can be very busy individuals. So we do appreciate it, and thank you for what you provide to us. Is there any other business? Any new business to be brought forward? Any new business? Seeing none, we'll proceed to the election process. The election process is outlined in our bylaws. This year there were 2 seats up for election, and they are each 3-year terms. The 2 incumbents filed to be renominated to serve in their positions. They are Larry and Christine. No one else filed a petition or applied to serve on the board to be elected. So with that in mind, according to our bylaws, I want to congratulate Larry and Christine on their re-election to the board. If you would help me give them a round of applause. We thank you for your service and thank you for being willing to serve for another 3-year term. Okay, anything else that anybody's got? Kate, come on up, you're next. Kate's got a script, but and she's got some nice prizes to give away here. I just want to, the names that are announced for our scholarship, another credit union goes through the applications, so there is no conflict of interest. So in case you see a familiar name pop up amongst our winners, another staff, another credit union picks those members to eliminate any potential conflicts. And we, in return, are doing the same for them to eliminate any potential conflict of interest. It's the right way to do it. And I don't know if Kate was going to mention that or not, but Kate, I got it covered for you. So there we go. Kate, you're up.
Thank you. All right, so you may remember last year we kicked off our scholarship program and we issued 2 scholarships for the first time. Each scholarship is valued at $2,000 and awards the student $500 per year for up to 4 years. So we're very pleased with both the number and the quality of the applicants that we had this year, and we're proud to support our youth in their educational journeys. So I'm happy to announce the recipients of our scholarship for the 2026-2027 school year are Caitlin McConnell and Callie Feld. Both students have outstanding resumes, and we wish them the best of luck as they begin their college careers. Unfortunately, they're already at college right now, so they were not able to join us, but they're very excited about the scholarship, and thank everyone for the support.
Okay, is there any other business to come forward? Any other business? Okay, no other business. I declare the meeting adjourned and we get on to the important part. Who's gonna win those prizes? Kate, it's up to you once again. Thank you all for being here. Thanks for being members and owners of Northwoods Credit Union. And let's give one more round of applause to all our staff for all they do for us.